The first mountain I remember climbing was not a normal mountain. Indeed, it wasn't even a real mountain. It was this, the mountain of Bennett Foddy's 2017 game, Getting Over It. In Getting Over It, the player controls a man sitting in a cauldron who can only move himself by dragging himself through the air with a sledgehammer. With this sledgehammer, the player must climb up a mountain. The unusual controls make navigation unwieldy, and the climbing path is punishing. Even a single mistake can send the climber all the way back to the start. Getting Over It is primarily known as a rage game, video games made to intentionally frustrate the player. Bennett Foddy is well known as a creator of rage games, particularly QWOP, which became a meme in 2011 for its comical difficulty. In addition to the difficult controls and punishing map of Getting Over It, Foddy taunts the player if they fall particularly far.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying, don't let it get to you.
Beyond this, though, Getting Over It is inspired by B games, a genre of games that, as Foddy explains it,
And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Specifically, Getting Over It is inspired by Sexy Hiking, a B game with the same general premise but with significantly less polish. B games are easy to interpret as rage games. Like rage games, their controls are often unwieldy, and progress is difficult and oftentimes not even guaranteed. Foddy tells us that this aspect of Sexy Hiking is part of the appeal of Sexy Hiking to him.
Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Like other games of the genre, Getting Over It gained its notoriety from YouTube. Large creators entertain their audiences with increasingly animated response to their failures. This is how I found the game, and how I got inspired to play it.
Camera balance, I fucking hate it so much!
To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering.
No, oh my god!
Friedrich Nietzsche.
No, I just fucking got back from there! I just fucking did that!
The game leans into this, explicitly referencing the viewers of this kind of content in its narration.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch,
no,
while some
no,
dude with
no.
10 million views does it for you.
Ah,
Like a baby
shut
bird
up!
being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Shut up.
I first played Getting Over It with friends. One of my friends bought it, and a few of us would take turns trying to progress, switching off whenever one of us would fall particularly far. At first, the over-the-top frustration the game induced in each of us was part of the appeal. We enjoyed spectating as much as we enjoyed playing. Eventually, though, as we inched along day after day, slowly making it further and further up, the frustration transformed into dedication. We no longer yelled and laughed at failures, and progress was celebrated with a sense of urgency. Eventually, I bought the game for myself and dedicated myself to finally getting to the top. 4 days later, I finally reached the top. The timer at the end said that, not including my time spent playing with friends, it had taken me over 15 hours to reach the top. More so than Foddy's other games, Getting Over It is about its own difficulty. As I fell over and over and over again, I began to know the frustration as a friend. To keep going, I had no choice but to learn to accept the frustration, to see each fall as an opportunity to learn and get better. After finishing Getting Over It, I felt like a genuinely different person. I was more patient, more focused. I believed in myself. I had done something truly challenging, and I felt like if I could do that, then I could do anything. In my previous writings, I've discussed how part of the appeal of mountains seems to be the difficulty itself. People want to ski, climb, or just exist in mountains specifically because it is hard. Looking back at my experience playing Getting Over It, I think I understand that appeal. Like a backcountry ski area or a mountain face, Getting Over It felt real, like an authentic challenge, and conquering it made me feel like I was on top of the world. Perhaps it is the authenticity of mountains that makes conquering them so appealing.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far.
I give it to you with all